Good evening everybody, thank you for tuning in once again. So I've just pulled up now at the mark that I tend to fish tonight. I hope you're all well. It's 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to jump out the van, I'm going to get all my gear together, and then I'm going to say hello to you on the walk to the mark. It's a little bit of a walk, it's not a massive walk, but it's a little bit of a walk, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the mark that I'm fishing tonight. So give me 5 minutes, get all my gear together, and then I'll bring you back. Right then, guys, so I got all my stuff on and I'm walking to the mark. Now I've been told in the past that I don't show where I'm going, I don't say where I'm going, so here are. Let me show you where I'm going and tell you where I am. So tonight I'm not on Anglesey, I'm on Holy Island, Holyhead. The amount of people that say fishing Anglesey but they're actually fishing Holy Island, which is Holyhead. It's not even attached to Anglesey. You go over a cob, inland sea, we call the cob. You drive over that, which I think, somebody will correct me, I'm sure, is about a mile and a little bit. And you drive over that to get onto Holy Island, which is Holyhead. Now I'm walking to this mark here. It's a Holyhead mark, but which I would call a local for me, because it is one of my local marks. It's about a 10-minute drive from my house. Now there's going to be a massive swell on this mark here tonight. I recommend, if you're going to fish anywhere where there's going to be massive swells and stuff like that, is fish them in the day or have plenty of confidence fishing the actual marks, because you know, it doesn't matter how safe or how dangerous a mark is, knowledge of the mark is very important. And it's not about always just knowing what state of tide to fish it, but about knowing when to get on it, when to get off it, and knowing if it's actually, the sea's too big. The sea has dropped off a little bit today. We've had a massive storm, which many of you are aware of, but that's dropped off a little bit. Yeah, it should maybe push a few fish. Look at all these steps here. I'm getting too chunky and too old for this walking miles business. So he says he's only 35 or 36. What am I? 35, I think. Yeah. So a little bit about the mark. It's not the best mark in the world. It's a so you know, you're thinking, well, if it's not the best mark in the world, why are you going there fishing? Because I could tell you stories about this mark. There's a few marks around this coast where I am here, but it always seems every year to chuck out a couple of codling. Never in numbers, the odd one here and there. Does check out a good stamp fish, and conger eels, three-bearded rockling. I've had some big coalies here, bit of everything. But finish hard work, this walking and talking. Whew. Yeah, we'll get up on the top here now. The wind might affect the noise a little bit, guys, so apologies for that in advance. Yeah, anyway, what I'll do now is I'll turn the camera off because it's killing me walking and talking. So I'll turn off, walk to the mark, and when I get on top of the cliff I'll bring you back again. Right then, guys, I'm at the mark where I tend to fish here tonight. I've got to be honest, I thought there'd be a lot more swell than this. I thought it'd be a lot bigger rollers, a lot rougher than this. So that's a little bit of a downside, but I'm here now, so I'm going to fish it. I was definitely expecting a lot more sea on than this, but it's dropped off a lot. But it's been rough the last couple of days, so there is a few good rollers coming in around that corner. It has dropped off really since sort of yesterday started dropping off, so be worth a shout, worth a go, let's say. What do I do when I get to a rock mark like this? Doesn't matter how often I fished it, how well I know it. I stand well back, stand right up at the top, and I spend a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes more if I don't feel comfortable, watching the sea. What do I mean by watching the sea? So basically, counting the rollers in my head, how often the rollers are hitting, just seeing what the swell's doing, what the sea's doing, and then putting into account that you get the Irish ferries and Stena line passing this mark. So you get them, I think it works out every few hours from when you arrive, or well, you know, it depends when you arrive, but you do get them passing. And I tend to watch the sea, and then I put an account for the swell off a big boat, or a ship, shall I say, more than a boat. Right, so yeah, I've been stood here a little while before I put the camera on. The camera's been rolling for a minute and a half since I've been stood up here. I'll make my way down to here now, set up and fish. From there, I'm still a good 15 feet off the water. It is a flooding tide, so again, I'll keep an account for that. And if that on the flood becomes a little bit more uncomfortable, I'll move back up onto here. And then if it's unfishable off there, it's unfishable full stop, and it's too dangerous and it's time to leave. But it's a lot less sea than I was expecting. Always got to take an account for them rogue waves. But yeah, it's spot on here tonight. So anyway, a little bit more sea would have been appreciated. I'll get down there, I'll get set up, and I'll tell you what baits I'm using. Right then, so a quick look at my bait selection for tonight. A nice simple... Turned the camera off then by mistake, I'm getting a habit of doing that. Nice simple bait selection for tonight. A couple of mackerel, well 6 frozen mackerel, hermit crabs, and a pack of squid. A big chunky pack of squid, hermit crabs and mackerel. So fish baits really, nothing wormy, and a few crab baits. Hoping really for a codlin or a conger or a 3-bearded rocklin. Maybe a huss, who knows, anything can turn up. Rod of choice for tonight is, let me turn that off, is that better? No, it's not, but it's, let me turn that off then. Oops, now you can't see anything. Sentry Compressor Super Sport SS. So that's my rod choice. Let me turn that one back on, there we are. And then for my reel choice, I'm going fixed spool tonight, guys. And I'm going to go for the fin and oar offshore. Now, this reel is a tank. Most probably weighs about £3. Massive cranking handle on it. Look at the size of that for a handle. Massive cranking handle. Proper powerhouse. Not for casting great distance, but will reel anything up any cliff. Then it'll be pulley rigs, massive 6/0 hooks, 7-ounce gripper, rotten bottom, straightforward, big baits, big heavy gear, looking for something in that kelp. So I'll get that reel on that rod, get them all set up, get them back out there, cast out, and I'll bring you back in a little while. Well, first bait's out, half a side the mackerel on a massive pennel pulley rig. Sea's building a bit with a flooding tide. Yeah, it feels good. Feels good, them confidence are booming now. Absolutely booming. I'm really high up here now, guys. So yeah, confidence is booming. Oh, look at that. I fixed my tripod as well. So yeah, I can put that on a tripod if I need to. But I do a bit of talk like this so you don't have to look at my ugly mug. Don't really know what to talk about, guys. Well, I tell you what I haven't done for a while, it's questions and answers. So if you're new to the channel, I've always said, if you've got any questions, fire them over and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So I actually had somebody say to me the other day, do you have to have crab to catch cod or codlin on Anglesey? Now I'll let you into a little secret here, guys. Most of my fish, codlin, around Anglesey coast has come on mackerel. I was fishing this stretch of coast here, a bit further round. I'm going back, oh, I don't know, I ain't long past my test, so 20 years ago, something like that. Me and a lad that I was in school with was fishing over there for conger, and we were fishing on pulley rigs with wire traces, and we're pulling in codling one after the other, literally one after the other. It was amazing fishing, fished to about £4, and we were fishing for conger. So no, you don't have to have crab. I would say you need to have crab if you're in an estuary, most definitely, but when you're fishing off the rocks and it's a heavy kelp and stuff like that, nah. Mackerel will do just as well, squid baits, but then you have to put up with the doggies and stuff, you know. I haven't really had anybody much ask me anything other than that, to be honest. I did have somebody the other day ask me about how I do my shock leader knot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little video in this next week of a couple of shock leader knots that I do. So I'll do that one at home and I'll show you how I do them. I use a couple of different ones, but I do have a favourite one. I don't know if it has a name, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it works for me, and it's absolutely really strong, powerful knot that I use when I'm fishing heavy ground. And then I do a shock leader to braid knot. So yeah, I'll do a little video on that, so keep an eye out for that one. And yeah, it's been quite quiet. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody that's taking a raffle for the calendar that I'm doing, and all the money raised is going to Men's Sheds Cymru, which is part of just mental health really, and awareness. And guys, remember to talk out and talk to people if you're feeling a bit down, or if you're really feeling the dumps, do talk to someone. Yeah, so since I last done a video, I fished Winnie's Worms match, which I won biggest fish Huss with that, and I've had a session on the pike which I blanked. There's a bit of a video on before this one, and I've also had a session with Disco Dan, a very good friend of mine, on the coalies. What I'll do is I'll put a picture up in a minute of the coalies me and Disco Dan had, and the Huss that won me the biggest, longest fish in the match. Yeah, it's been alright. It hasn't been bad, to be fair. I feel like this video's been going on for a little while with a lot of talking going on and nothing exciting, nothing happening. So what I'll do is I'll flick it off now, and then I'll bring you back with hopefully a fish of some sort. Let's see what happens, guys. Just had my first bite there now. A couple of taps. Does look very doggy, but we'll have a look in. Snagged up. There we are, it's moving, it's moving. Definitely a bit of weight there. I've tried to set the camera up where you can see and out of the wind a bit, which isn't easy. Oh yeah, it's a doggy, I think. There we are, first fish comes in the shape of a horrible dogfish. So get this one back, get the rod back out there, and keep going. Let's just hope there's not too many of these tonight, eh? They are a pain, to be fair, like around Anglesey, but not on a match night. You never catch them on match nights for some reason. Wow, that's well hooked, that. I'll put this one back and then I'll come back to you. Just cut the rod off. Yeah. Got a conger on here, guys. It's not a monster, but it's a good one. I'm going to go down with a swell, but take my time. Nice eel. Not a monster, about £7, £8. But I'll take that. If you're wondering how I'm doing the filming, I've just had a chap come to see me in our fair play. And he said, "Give me your camera!" So yeah, that's how the filming's happening. A nice strap conger was one of the expected targets here tonight. I'll get it in hooked, I'll get a quick picture, and I'll put it back. Don't film me yndi? Just cadw o fel la.
Iawn.
Diolch o, so di hyd.
No worries, mate.
Slimy bugger.
Yndi.
There we go. Happy days. There we are. Nice little strap. £6, just under £6. But we'll do a fisherman's tail and we'll call it £6. Happy days, I'm happy with that. And I'm going to put it back, let it go for another day. Get them baits back out there, guys, and see what else we can catch, eh? Happy days, happy days. It's slime and bob, man. Well, since the camera was last on, guys, I'd like to thank David that was doing the filming for me earlier. He come for a chat, so come for a chat and done some filming for me, took a picture. So yeah, thanks. Since the camera's last been on, I've had 3 sets of lost gear, and then I've just had another small strap conger, really small, couple of pound. Yeah, nice little strap conger. So I'll get this one unhooked and get it back. Apologies, I haven't done much filming like that because I've left the charger in the van, so I haven't got much charge in the phone, to be honest. But yeah, another small strap. Yeah, happy with that. Good bit of fun. Get it unhooked, get it back. Slimy little thing. Well, guys, I'm going to bring the night to an end. It's been alright. There's no codling, unfortunately, tonight. Like I did say in the start of the video, this isn't the best mark around here, but it's a place which is comfortable, does produce an odd fish now and again. It's been enjoyable. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do, if you can, give us a subscribe, thumbs up, and keep watching for some more new videos on the way. It's 11 o'clock now, so I'm going to head home. Got work in the morning, and I'm back out tomorrow night with Disco Dan. So I'll put a video together for you tomorrow night as well, and I'll try and get it out towards the end of the weekend. So until then, guys, keep safe, keep fishing, keep chasing them dreams.